What you got? Oh, cool. Hey. I'm cracking myself up because the lighting situation is just, it's not good. But I am a newbie, so you have to give me some grace. I'm sure at some point I will have a better spot. I am soon going to be remodeling a space in our church that will be my office, and it will have bookshelves and all kinds of stuff. So I'm excited about that, but today is my BookTube newbie tag, and here is my amazing Christmas mug. It's gone.
What is that?
It's a fish. Okay, so I'm new to BookTube, obviously. I started about 2 weeks ago. I've been thinking about it for a long time though. Honestly, I would say I've been thinking about making a YouTube channel for probably a couple of years. I used to love to watch homeschool videos. I still do from time to time, but things have changed in my homeschool. So we use Time for Learning, which is an online platform for homeschooling, and I absolutely love it because it teaches my kids and I'm there to help if they need me, but I do not have to stress out about teaching 6 kids, or really it's 5 kids right now. Teaching 5 kids and dealing with a 2-year-old and a puppy and all of that stuff. So right now, my season in life, I don't really need to watch homeschool videos anymore because I'm not looking at curriculum and things like that. So that was an idea I had, was to do a homeschool channel, but I just never could quite, I never felt like it was something I wanted to do completely. And then I found BookTube and I was just like, oh, that's perfect for me because I love to talk about books. And so it didn't take me as long to start a channel there. I found BookTube probably, I would say, I think it was like June or July of this year. And it's opened up like this whole new world to me, and I'm loving it. I love that there's other people that like books as much as I do and that love to talk about books and love to listen to people talking about books. I mean, come on, it is an amazing thing. So I decided to start my channel. I did it a couple of weeks ago. I have about, right now I have 4 videos posted. Today I'm making a couple of videos, so I mean, wearing the same thing in more than one video, but that's okay. So I'm filming a couple of videos today. I actually think I'm gonna do 3. I'm not sure yet. It depends on how long I ramble on in this video, but this is my newbie tag. So I have 4 videos posted. I've been doing it for about 2 weeks. I have plans and I'm excited about them. I have a couple of reading challenges that I'm gonna put up mainly for myself, but if you want to join in, I would love for you to do that. But let's get into this newbie tag. I have rambled far too much. Okay, so the first question is, why did you start this channel? I've probably already said why, because, you know, I just rambled a bunch, but I really started this channel mainly because I want to talk about books, and I wanted to be a part of a community of people that love to talk about books, and so I started this channel. I've already had some conversations with some people, and it's just been a fun opportunity, and I can't wait to meet more of you. One thing I hope to learn at some point is not to say so much. I get so tired of it. There I went again. Is my new biggest enemy. Okay, so question 2 is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to YouTube? I mean, BookTube. Okay, well, I'm not a very unique person. I feel like BookTube is a place where we just all love to talk about books, and really, I think it's a great place because we can all join in on the conversation. There's several different ways to do it, and I think that everybody does it well. And I do have some ideas that I think are going to be fun, but there's reading challenges, so I don't feel like that's unique. It's not completely unique. Everybody has a reading challenge. The one thing about me that I think is a little bit unique is I do a ton of research about books, and I'm sure you guys do too, but I really like to find books that might be obscure, but I found some really good gems. So I will definitely be showing you some books that you may not have heard of, but I'm not afraid to read anything because I found some really amazing books that I didn't think I was gonna like. And so hopefully I can help you find some hidden gems. That's pretty much about the most unique thing I think I could find about myself, and it's not really that unique. Let's see. What are you most excited about for this new channel? I am most excited about meeting people that love books. That is really my purpose for this channel, is to be a part of a community that loves books. And so I'm excited about that because I have a couple of friends that really like to read. I have one friend that's like pretty avid on reading, but most of my friends, if they read, it's like every now and then, and I don't know. I don't feel like I interest them when I talk about books. So that's my reason for it, is mainly just to meet people, talk about books, enjoy other people's content, and have a conversation. Okay, so why do I love reading? I love reading because it gives me some time for myself. I have 6 kids, and it's a lot. I read throughout the day. I read to them a good majority of our mornings during our school, and then I read to myself, but it gives me some time where I'm thinking and using my brain for something that I want to do. So I love that. Also, in times past, if I'm going through a difficult time, a time of grief or depression, or just a time where I'm not really wanting to think about what's going on, I love that reading can kind of take you away for a few minutes and just give you something else to think about. So that's the main reason why I love to read. Okay. Which book or series got you into reading? So I am kind of backwards compared to most people I've seen on BookTube. I was not a reader when I was a kid. I absolutely hated reading. I think a good majority of that had to do with the fact that I was homeschooled and I read textbooks for my schooling. And I did so much of that textbook reading that I just didn't really want to read anymore throughout my day. And so I didn't. I can remember a couple of books that I read in my teens that I really enjoyed, and they were The Bluebird and the Sparrow and Too Long a Stranger by Jeanette Oakes. I really, really loved those two books. I can't remember how old I was, but that was like the rare occasion that I actually read some books and finished them when I was in school. What really got me hooked on reading though is when I was about, I think it was like 18, maybe 19, my mom read a couple of books by Karen Kingsbury, and they were called Even Now and Ever After. I can't remember which one comes first. I think Even Now comes first and Ever After is second, but they're a duology about a girl who is in love with a soldier. And my mom is amazing at retelling a story. I can't do it like she does. I love listening to my mom tell stories because she knows how to add details in, and she ends well. I feel like my stories, I can like kind of do really good here, and then at the end I kind of just drop off. I know people get bored listening to me tell stories, so I try to avoid that. But my mother has this amazing ability to do it. So she told me these whole books, like from beginning to end. And even though I knew what happened in the books because my mom told me about them, I wanted to read them for myself. Those books were so good, and they really hooked me on reading. I was able to read them quickly and enjoyed the reading process. And that's where I learned that I loved reading. So I've read a lot of Karen Kingsbury books. I will say for a long time, she was one of my favorite authors, and I still love the books that I've read of hers. But I have read, I want to say at least 20 of her books. And one of the series follows one family from, I would say it spans like maybe 10 or 15, maybe even 20 years. And that series, there's like, I want to say 5 installations of 4 or 5 books each. So the first one is the Redemption series, and I really loved those books about the Baxter family. But if you read her for too long, you start seeing things that are similar storylines, especially from like one series to a different series about different people. It'll have the same kind of feel to it, and I just got to a point where I was tired of that. So I got out of Karen Kingsbury and I started reading Francine Rivers, and I've read most of Francine Rivers' books. I really appreciate the fact that her books are completely different from book to book. They have, some of the same themes, but they're pretty different. I got stuck on her for a long time. And now I'm just trying to branch out. I'm trying to read different things, trying to get into some classics and things that I've missed throughout the years of not really being a reader when I was younger, and then getting stuck on just a couple of different authors. I don't know why I did that. I just got stuck on them, and I read most of their books for years. So now I'm trying to branch out. We'll see if it happens. So what really got me hooked on reading was Karen Kingsbury's Even Now and Ever After. Okay, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? mainly just about books. I would ask them, what's your favorite book? Why do you like reading? You know, all the things. That's the conversation I want to have. I want to talk about books. Let's see. What challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Saying the word 50,000 times in my video is proving to be the most difficult thing. I also have moments where I don't know, I struggle with depression, so there's times when I'm making a video and I just like feel like I look depressed, and so I'm trying to get past that, trying to be more like myself instead of trying to make it seem, I don't know, perfect. I get frustrated if it didn't come out the way I wanted it to, and I mean, let's just be real. I am a person and I mess things up quite often. I am a mom of 6, so I am tired a good majority of the time. I have a 2-year-old and a puppy right now, and they are not helping me with my sleep. So I think the hardest thing is just like not overthinking it and just being myself. Let's see. When did you start reading? I pretty much already answered that question. Around the time I was 19 or 20. Like I said, I didn't really read a whole lot of like novels, books. I read mostly textbooks throughout my schooling. So I was not an avid reader until I was in my adult life. Where do you read? I read pretty much everywhere you can think of. I take a book with me everywhere. I have, let me see if I can find it. This is my purse, okay guys? It's a backpack. This is what's in it. Books and pens. I take it anywhere with me when I'm out and about. And it's basically because I have moments that I can stop and read, and I will. I read in the park, I read at home, I read in my bed, I read on my couch, I read at the doctor's office, I read anywhere that I have time to read. What kind of books do I like to read? That is a very broad question. I actually really like to read any kind of books, except for horror and romance. I do not like smut. I'm not big on horror. If a book has a ton of cussing, I will put it down because I don't really want to put those words into my mind. I used to be a major potty mouth, and I don't want to be anymore, and so I don't like to put that stuff into my heart. So I try to avoid that kind of book. But really anything else, I love nonfiction, I love biographies, I love history, science, fantasy, sci-fi, anything. If it is a good book and it interests me, I will read it. So if you were to look at my Goodreads right now, you might be like, what? Because I have a ton of books on there, but I really just want to read all of them. It's just, I just have to. As long as it's not horror or romance, I am ready for it. Okay, so that was all of the questions. I don't know. Hopefully I answered some questions that you had about me, if you had questions about me at all. I am excited to get to know you guys. I'm excited to be a part of this community, and I hope that you enjoy my content. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Tell me below some of the answers to these questions. If you're not a booktuber, I want to know when you started to read and what kind of books you read and what's your favorite place to read. And if you are a booktuber, I would love to know some of the answers to all of these questions. Why did you start? What are you planning on doing this next year? All of the things. So comment below. I want to have a conversation with you. I want to get to know you a little bit more. I will have probably 3 videos this week, so I will definitely see you soon.